You care to respond to that, Director Ray?
No, I think I've covered it.
The chair recognizes the gentleman from Georgia, Mr. Johnson, for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Director Ray, you've led a distinguished career as an assistant U.S. attorney for the Northern District of Georgia, Atlanta. We're homeboys on that part. Justice Department Associate Deputy Attorney General, even serving as an Assistant Attorney General heading up the criminal division of the entire Justice Department, and then as a litigation partner at the international and premier law firm of King and Spalding. You headed up the Special Matters and Government Investigations Practice Group, which involved sophisticated government investigatory matters and involving your clients. And also, you even represented Governor Christie during the Bridgegate scandal, successfully, I presume, at this point. So you've had a long career in criminal law and in matters involving government, and I find it hard to believe that you have not pondered the question of whether or not a president can be guilty of obstruction of justice. You have pondered that question, have you not?
To be honest, it's really not something I've pondered. That is a question that involves complicated questions of separation of powers, and I have, this committee won't be shocked to learn quite a lot on my plate as it is. So I don't have a whole lot of time to do a lot of pondering.
Well, let me just ask you the question. Is it your belief that a sitting president can be guilty of obstructing justice?
That's a legal question that I haven't tried to evaluate.
All right, thank you, sir. Within the last few days, the House Intelligence Committee has requested documents from you and other government officials from the so-called Steele dossier. To date, you and other government officials have refused to comply with the production of these documents. Why have you failed to produce these documents?
We are having extensive interaction with multiple committees about these issues. They involve complicated questions, not just of classification. They also affect ongoing investigations, in particular the special counsel's investigation. And in particular, in many instances, we are dealing with very, very dicey questions of sources and methods, which is the lifeblood of foreign intelligence and for our liaison relationships with our foreign partners.
Thank you. Director Ray, earlier this year, the FBI opened an investigation into the vulnerabilities of the state of Georgia's election systems. Thereafter, Georgia citizens filed a lawsuit over the security or lack thereof of Georgia's election systems, which were then outsourced by Georgia's Secretary of State to the Center for Election Systems. 4 days after that lawsuit was filed, Georgia election officials wiped clean or deleted the election data on CES servers. 1 month later, 2 additional servers were wiped clean. So evidence that is critical to the issues raised in the lawsuit and to the FBI investigation, perhaps, that information has been destroyed. Can you confirm that the FBI obtained copies of the data on Georgia's election servers prior to the data being destroyed by Georgia election officials?
Congressman, I can't discuss what the FBI may or may not have obtained in the course of any particular investigation in this setting.
Can you confirm that there is an ongoing investigation into this matter?
Again, I don't want to confirm or deny, it's important that I put both those words in there, the existence of a specific investigation.
Would you be willing, upon your investigation's completion, if there is an investigation, would you be willing to provide this committee with an update on this issue?
If there is information that we could appropriately share on the topic that you're answering about, I'd be happy to see if there's something we can do to be helpful and responsive to the committee.
Thank you, sir. The Department of Justice recently admitted in court that they are treating the president's disturbing and combative tweets as, quote, official statements of the President of the United States, end quote. considering the DOJ's position and the president repeatedly demanding that the FBI investigate his political opponents, do you consider these tweets to be orders that the FBI must follow?
That's a legal question, and I'll be guided by the lawyers on that one.
So have your lawyers given you an opinion as to whether or not the president's tweets are official statements?
Well, without discussing, attorney-client communications, I'm still following the ordinary course of business in terms of what orders we follow.
Sir, you've given me every objection for not answering the questions that is in the books, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I yield back.
The time of the gentleman has expired. The chair recognizes the gentleman from